In Flight full movie reaction. Welcome to Mirror Domains. And this is my In Flight 2024 full movie reaction. Now, guys, if you haven't watched one of these from me before, this is a Tubi movie. So it's meant for you to take your own copy of Tubi, put it up over my little window here, and we will sync it together. And forever in the annals of history, we will be watching this movie in flight together. Now, obviously, I can't show you the entire movie here on the side because of copyright reasons, but I will do my best with my little tips and tricks to let you know where I am at within the movie so you can follow along with your copy there. And I'll give you time codes and stuff like that. So we are at the start. I'm hitting the play button now, and we are underway for In Flight. Do I have audio? Not hearing audio, James. Rebel Entertainment. Says I got audio. Maybe this is just a silent opening. It's just going through the opening crawl. Credits. Okay, so we do have audio. There we go. So I'll give you guys a timestamp here. Tiffany Smith is the reason why I'm watching this. Been a fan of hers for a long time, I guess. Originally discovered her while she was working with Christian Harloff. She's gone on to do some really good acting stuff. So that's why I'm watching this movie. Audio sync. And I gotta tell you this, I don't know what this movie's about. So, all I know is that it looks like she's stuck on a flight or something. And since this is on Tubi, it may have commercials, so I apologize if it does come up. I tried to fast forward to see if it would trigger one, but as you can see on my time bar, usually they give you like a little dot here to let you know that that's when the commercial is going to be. There she is. Yeah, I watched that Megan, Royal Family Megan movie that she was in. That was pretty good. Of course, she did the voice of one of the characters on Kevin Smith's Masters of the Universe. Was it Revelations? Right? She was good in that too. And guys, if you don't know, that's just because, yeah, this may be a lower budget movie. I like to promote, watching movies and discovering diamonds in the rough, right? So this is just music playing here. In Flight opening crawl is at 2 minutes and 37 seconds, guys. 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Okay, so it looks like this Bo Young blood also produced this. We'll take a look at the IMDb after, do some research. And try to discover who's all behind this production. Okay, so looks like her father passed on or something. Looks like she's ready for travel somewhere. All American. Interesting guitar music. Was that a tritone that I just heard? That means that they're using weird, the seventh kind of thing, right? Or the sixth, flat six. I would love to show you guys. I was playing guitar before I went live here, but we are watching this movie. Now, I am a big promoter of opening scene. Maybe the off tune is to give us a sense of, ooh, something is off. Something's a little bit different. She did see that car when she was out for her run, right? Is this an Uber? You know, I've never used an Uber. I don't think I ever would. I'm traditional. If I got to go somewhere like that, I guess I would use a taxi. And you know what? I don't think any wiser. Whatever. You do you, right? Okay.
So sorry.
There's music playing in the background again, guys.
So I needed a shower, and then I hit some construction traffic on the way over.
Blah, blah, take this. A toast.
A toast to the Cubs winning the World Series and big. No, I'm not going to say it. That's Jim Belushi. So she just graduated or something, got a new job.
Any other time, right?
Right.
It's like martini. You guys like martinis? Back in my days, I used to appreciate a martini every now and then. Vodka, though. And I preferred onion in it instead of a olive. But I don't drink anymore, so I suppose I don't have martinis anymore. Marco?
Shit, I am.
Oh. Okay.
You improved it. Can I at least get you another drink?
Oh.
YOLO.
Jessica, and this is.
Oh.
Oh. So she's making way while he tries to work his mojo.
That mug of yours. So,
Okay.
don't try anything under my watch.
All righty. And when you land. Well, it is good to have friends like that, right? Just to keep up. Make sure that you get to where you're going. Hey, I drive all the time between my town and Toronto. It's usually about an hour drive. And I always let people know when I get back to where I'm going, because the 401 is like one of the most dangerous roads in all of North America. It is. Anyway, careful now. This is your second one that we know of. Well, his presence, they're not really showing them talking, they're just showing them reacting to each other, kind of smiling and reacting to the conversation.
A few blocks away from here, off Harper.
Oh my gosh, that's
Hmm. Yes, timing is everything. In Flight actress looks like Meghan Markle. You funny you say that, Byford, because she did act in another TV movie where she did play Meghan Markle. That's what I said. And as I said, that one was pretty good too.
yeah, I don't really remember her much, but I do remember my grandparents taking me on.
So, because we're doing this live, in case I accidentally leave the audio on a bit too long, or the picture decides to say, well, you've shown us a little too much, I'll mute it in post and fix it. Don't worry, guys.
So hopefully I'll get some sleep. I never do though.
Neither do I.
I'm having trouble with this guy. Is he Spanish? Is he Mexican? I don't know. He doesn't quite look like... A third drink. An old-fashioned without an orange. So that's just basically whiskey and ice, isn't it? Oh, and sugar, right?
Can you excuse me? I just need to run to the ladies quick.
And if this works out, guys, I'm thinking maybe tomorrow we might react to that new Amazon movie, the sequel to Simple Favor. Another Simple Favor. How do you guys feel about that, doing that tomorrow? That's weird. She's feeling a little bit funny.
Just stop. Okay, you're here to have a fun night.
I guess people do this, right? They go out to the bar to just have a fling. Just, I haven't quite gotten a read on Marco and his intentions. But they're dwelling on him, right? And it's kind of hard to not notice now that he's in that thumbnail here. When I come back.
I love that. I'm just very happy.
Yeah. Mark O'Hare gives me the stop signal. It says Bifer. Long hair never really looked good on me because I've got the round face. Although Jason Momoa makes it work and he's got a round face. Maybe it's because I also got a round. No, we don't need. Okay, so she's impressed.
Please.
This is the second time that she's been feeling weird here, right? Oh, sorry, guys. I haven't been given a timestamp. I've been kind of sucked into this. 15 minutes and 30 seconds.
I think that last drink.
She's been drugged. That's not good. See, I hate that. If I ever saw a guy do that, it's you're gonna get something, a knuckle sandwich. I'd smack you upside the head and say, "What are you doing, man?" Yeah, I don't have a whole lot of tolerance for that stuff, that kind of riffraff. Okay, so we are at the commercial break here for Trivago. I'll tell you what it meant by the tritone. So let's say this is a D, right? So something that sounds like not along with the D would be like that. See how it goes into a it's hard to explain right now on so quickly, but it fits, but it depends on which key you are in. Okay, so Claire wakes up on the plane at 16:30. Not knowing exactly how she got there. Looks like there's some people arguing in the background.
Just keep him away from any hard edges. We don't want him to hurt himself. Not right now.
Okay, so she knows something about diagnosing people. She was the top of her class. Did it say she was studying medicine? That a EpiPen? Having a reaction to an allergy of some kind? Most commercial flights are fully booked. Pfeiffer says, yeah. Well, they did say in the dialogue there that this particular flight was not really that full. And I guess for script reasons, it helps to not have a full flight because that means you don't have to hire as many extras, right? Yeah, it sucks being allergic to things. I've slowly learned that I think I might be sensitive to ginger and garlic, which sucks because I really like ginger and garlic. They're supposed to be like really healthy for you, right? But it seems to have a reaction to my acid reflux.
Both sides.
Thank you all. Please take your seats.
Peanut allergy. A round of drinks. At least when it's not full, you can stretch out, right? But I'm like her, and what he said, I can't sleep on a plane, which is probably why I'll never fly to Japan, New Zealand, Australia. I guess I could, but it's tough. Especially for a guy that's 6'1", 230. I'm not spilling over into the seat beside me, but you know, I'm still a big mass, right? Okay, so she's checking her bags. How did she get on the plane then? I'd asked the stewardess, how did I get here? Did somebody walk me on? She doesn't have her laptop. So this is basically setting up the end of Act 1 here. We got introduced to the characters, and now we're learning the problem. And sorry, I didn't give a running time for this either. This movie's just under the 1 hour and 30-minute mark. So we'll be out of here by just after 1 o'clock. Which does give us a little succinct time frames for the acts, right? Half an hour for each act? No. Usually about 20, 25 minutes for first act. 40 minutes for the second. Quick third act. Seems... So no signal. And the plane doesn't have a Wi-Fi that you can tap into. I like the case for her phone. It's chrome, right? Yeah, just ask around. How did I get here? Although I guess it does seem weird to ask somebody, how did you get on there? Just say, hey, I took a sleeping pill before I got on. Can't quite remember.
For assisting the flight crew in remaining calm. Please feel free to move out the cabin as the fasten seatbelt signs have been turned.
Yeah. Usually the end of Act 1 will figure out exactly what the problem is, other than her just being on the plane without knowing exactly how, and how Marco is tied into this. If this is just a straight up stalking kind of movie.
You did not have that many drinks. Exactly why you need this vacation.
Yeah, we all talk to ourselves. What do you think about the cinematography, James? It's been competent. It hasn't reeked of really low budget framing and lighting. No, the framing and lighting looks good. Acting has been solid.
in trouble.
Unfortunately, not mine either. I've learned my lesson with labels.
But other than the fact that she's going to Paris for a job or something, right? And that she's lost her father. She's single. Do we really know that much more about her? And what's been set up here in this first act that's going to come around and pay off by the third act is what I'm looking for, right? Okay. Looks like she's trying to piece together some kind of timeline. Okay, so she just realized. Passport. Look at it, though. Is it your passport? Because right now, she just hasn't done the obvious thing of ask anybody else, did you see me come onto the plane? Did somebody help me get on this plane? We need some information here.
One as a special thank you.
You know, I do respect the flight attendants a lot because it is a bit of a stress to go up in the plane every day for, 8 hours every day. You're going back and forth across great distances. And you think up here, well, no, it doesn't take a toll, but I'm thinking that it does. And then you are in customer service. So if you get a rowdy person on the plane, you got to put up with that riffraff as well. Or if the toilet gets backed up. Not that I would know anything about that. You got to deal with it.
I'm Claire.
Frankie, nice to meet you.
Okay, so she's talking to this person. Very quick. Did she actually learn anything? She didn't seem too interested in what he had to say.
How you feeling? Can we get you anything?
We still owe you that drink.
Okay, now we're getting to it. Okay.
Back.
So this guy saw
You helped me?
her get on the plane. So he's either in on it or she really doesn't remember.
No bother.
Do you trust it? Okay, so now this feels like the end of Act 1. Now it's, okay, everything's set up. It's the movie, the bulk of the movie, second act, is now trying to figure out what's going on, why was I drugged, who's all involved here, can you trust that guy, the flight attendant? Something's not adding up, right? And that comes at 29 minutes and 20 seconds. And as I said, first act, usually about half an hour, right? 25 minutes to half an hour. Now the bulk of the story moves forward.
No, nothing like that.
I trust her,
I was just
that one flight
really
attendant.
tired when I got on the plane.
What is that? Is that a gummy? Oh, there's an old-fashioned. Curious. There's something about the drink too, the old-fashioned. The one flight attendant guy is a little sus, right? Yeah, when this is done, we'll take a look at the tomato meter as well. See what people are saying. Because this came out last year. Now, I don't know if it had a theatrical run or if it was just straight to streaming. What does that say? Claire, you have already saved. How far will you go to save? Don't tell anyone. What? So it looks like she's being coerced to do something? Blackmail? Second problem, right? So usually in the second act, there's like before the midpoint crisis, there's a second peak of another problem. I can't quite see all of it. It is really small. See if I can get this on the bigger image here. You don't trust anything. I don't trust her bumping into me. Did she just plant something on me? And Tiffany's doing a good job of selling it. The kind of confused, I don't know what's going on, doubt look.
You're disgusting.
And the framing helps with it, kind of like the real close-up.
Looking for something?
No.
Here's your old-fashioned. So will you be having the chicken or the fish? I wouldn't recommend the fish. That doesn't look like an old-fashioned.
Look.
Rook. Does it say rook or look? So I don't think that she'd be blackmailed to do something like assassinate somebody, like Commando, right? Arnold. It looks like she's maybe going to have to place something somewhere to help in something a little bit more nefarious. To be an accomplice for something. Oh, we're in another commercial break. Okay, Trito. Let's go back to that quickly because I'm hooked on it now. So that's a Trito. It does sound ominous, right? Because that's what C plus. It's just C plus, C sharp, and a G. It can work. Whatever. I just like to jam. Trivago is the commercial. Yeah. Or MGM Casino. Sorry. Anyway, where are we at? We're back in the movie here. 34 minutes, coming up to the 35-minute mark right now. Oh, so they are offering fish. Is that always a staple? No. What did I have on the plane when they had shepherd's pie and there was a chicken Alfredo or something on my last flight. I just like to make fun of the fish because that's what they had on Airplane, right? The comedy Airplane. Everybody had fish and got food poisoning. Okay, so she's got a code? Feels like we just missed something there, right? Why was she so adamant about getting back there so quickly? An iPad? Somebody else's iPad? A password to get on somebody's laptop? So trying to figure out what the code is for. He seems to be very agitated that somebody was maybe trying to spy on him. Was he writing some poetry? A love letter, maybe?
12 years. Oh my god. 12 long years.
It's weird here. We've kind of made a little shift here where it seems like people don't really recognize each other anymore. They've kind of lost that familiarity they had with each other previously. Like the guy who didn't like her looking at him. The attendant just pushing through, saying, excuse me, ma'am.
Are they any good?
Well, if I keep reading while you're...
So take the hint. He's annoyed. He doesn't want to talk.
Interesting. And what's this one about?
A ship being held hostage. So she's kind of on a scavenger hunt.
Do they at least get something fun if they win?
So is this guy involved? Seems very metaphorical. Oh yeah, there's definitely somebody, at least one person on the plane that's doing this or monitoring her. Most obvious.
Like, political science scholar / track star.
He's giving off creepy vibes, right? Yeah. Huh.
No, not that I know of.
It's just smile. His smile is adding that. That. Yeah, I don't know if I want to talk to that guy kind of vibe. Star look. Okay, I want to see the paper. I want to see a good close-up of it. They need to show us that as the audience. We only saw like it held a little crooked to the side. So there must be some more critical information on there that if we saw it, that we would be able to decipher it right away. But I'll tell you this. Are you feeling the tension? Are you guys out there when you watch this, or are you feeling like she has to figure this out or something bad's going to happen? We don't know the stakes really, right? Okay. So there seems to be a distortion in something. Yeah. I don't feel the tension. The flight is empty and the passengers are hired actors. Well, this is coming down to the story and the execution of the story where okay, so there we go. One of the passengers is not who they say they are. Again, this is directing. As a director, we need to see this for the audience. It's kind of like, remember what was that Liam Neeson flight movie where he was it was nonstop, right? When he was getting the text messages. And it was actually, we saw the text message on the screen. We kind of need to see that message put for us so that we know exactly what it said. We didn't get a really good look at it.
What the hell's the issue? What are you doing back here? I was coming.
That was weird, though, right? And he seems to be... I think he's a red herring. But where are we at? If we're halfway through this film, which we are about to be, because we're coming up to the 45-minute mark, I can't tell you exactly what the stakes are, other than just her trying to figure out what has happened to her. There seems to be clues for her to do something. We saw that these clues have been hidden on the plane. There was some subtext there saying sometimes the most obvious answer is the right one. So that would maybe say that this flight attendant is the one that's helping to assist this whole operation.
Record. But if you need help with anything, you let me know.
See? Why would she say that then, right? If you need help with anything. So then usually there's a midpoint crisis here that'll drive us towards the third act. Something that'll be usually quite devastating. Not overly devastating.
Just have one weird question.
Okay, so this girl just showed up out of the blue.
Sorry,
Is it possible that she's all... This is all happening in her head? Is it possible?
Swear that I matched with him on Dater, and I mean the Wi-Fi sucks here, so I can't even check.
Okay. And again, with the writing, they're trying to tie in the stalking theme. This is supposed to fuel the doubt.
what are those ones about?
Airplane.
It's weird. Yeah. That conversation felt a little forced. Okay, so she stole that guy's pad. Just drop it on his lap and say it fell off. Oh, she was trying to get the face recognition. Facial recognition. Although... Okay, so she may not even be on a flight to Paris, right? No. Terrorist on plane hijacks. Again, we can't quite read all of that. It's too fast. Ezra Fallon. Was that the novelist? I think this is supposed to be the midpoint, guys. Oh, so she just did what I said, what you're supposed to do. Okay. We're at another commercial break. Yeah, okay. As an audience member, now maybe it's because I'm doing a reaction here and I missed some of the subtle nuance, but major plot points shouldn't be subtle and nuance, right? Like, we should know that what the stakes are. Biver says, I just watched Harry and Meghan becoming royal trailer. Wow, this actress is identical. Yeah. No, it is her. We'll take a look at our IMDb after and I'll show you.
Pain in my lower back. I think it's just the tightness of the seat.
I can show you a really great stretch.
Yeah, you want to be bumped up to food first. Well, are there any seats available? Yeah, I never watched this movie. Prediction: the bad guy is the flight attendant. Why not? Okay, why does she need you in first class to look for more clues? That's what we're missing here, right?
You got it. Thank you.
And there's only 2 other passengers there. But it looks like maybe the flight attendants do seem like they're in on it. And now all of a sudden this guy wants to talk to her again? Yeah, see how the flight attendant just said don't talk to each other like that?
Comes tell Claire Reynolds that she has to find the source, and that's what can save you.
Everybody seems to be suspect of the whole thing.
I remember being at the bar, and then I woke up here.
Yeah.
What?
Did you like
Pop a
what?
special pill.
Well, tell me then, if you remember everything. Hmm. Really? Yeah. What? What about her? See, we set something up in motion there that she wanted to go into the first class and sit down. And we've kind of deviated from that. And they both just looked at this woman saying that, okay, what's going on with her? And Claire's doing something on the back seat there. She was looking through that guy's stuff or something? Or what?
Hey, Tim?
How about they? Okay, so that girl went and talked to that guy. She didn't really need the distraction to go to first class. But now we sort of might have an ally just to figure out what's going on. 56-minute mark, guys. 56 minutes and 30 seconds coming up right now. There was only 2 people in first class, and the first class washroom was busy.
Going in there.
Pretty smooth. Thanks.
Yeah, I think both the flight attendants might be in on it, especially her. I think she's definitely in on it. I just don't know what it is. You wanted to do something, but I don't know involving what, at what capacity. Is there somebody's life on the line here? I don't know. So as we get closer to the third act, there should be some big crisis point here that she's got to solve this all by a certain amount of time or something. Okay, here we go. So there's an ambassador on the plane?
Not the. You know what? Then she might be the target.
Now, the female attendant is good. Writers do allow bad females in thrillers. I mean, don't allow. You don't think they... Well, there's been bad females in thrillers. Famke Janssen in GoldenEye. Who is that girl in Cliffhanger? We need insulin. The bad girl in Die Hard with a Vengeance, who was kind of psychotic, cut that guy's throat with a weird knife. I think this guy's a red herring. Aww. Name one bad female thriller in past 2 years. Like, who's the actual bad villain? Or just part of the squad? The actual villain? Well, it's not in the last few years, but Dredd had a villain, female villain. Okay, so she's got like a manifest here, or a picture of where she's supposed to look. That was just in the book. See, it's possible that this might be all happening in her head too, right? Because if she was drugged. There is a very dreamlike nature to this all. And that could be an aspect of what the director wanted to try to accomplish. Taskmaster was a bad villain. She was a villain, right? Black Widow. Speaking of which, of Thunderbolts, Div Fontaine, Julie Louis-Dreyfus. Oh, non-superhero. Okay, so she's got to look in the overhead compartments for 8A. Was it 8A? Or check the seat. If I flew all the time, I guess I would look into getting a credit card that has the points for flying. But I don't fly that much. Okay, where are we at? 102. So if this wraps up by 128, we've got 26 minutes left. And this is the ambassador?
Mid-20s? Yeah.
And, she looks like she's... She hasn't even looked at her. Not a whole lot.
About what?
Yeah. What's going on? Oh, life. What do you want to know? You want to know about the future, the past? Do you want to know how time really works? Do you want to know how about perception? What?
Whoa, they didn't think I was powerful.
Okay, she seems like she's in on this. Why is she just having this conversation with a stranger that just sits down beside her? And she seems to be addressing her by Claire fairly frequently. Yeah. Okay, so she's...
Stay out of my way. You draw attention to us and everyone dies sooner.
Okay, so lives are on the stake. This is the third act, the second act finale, crisis.
And you'll die too.
I should do us both.
Okay, so she thinks that she's there to kill her, to stop her from the mission.
Well,
So
you
she
did
put
first.
pills in her drink. Okay, so it's on. But is she an assassin? I don't understand. Okay, so I'm guessing that that was poison, right? So this is the second person that's passed out on this plane. And Claire's been involved with both of them.
Attacked me! Tim!
Okay, so yeah. So then now we're in the going to be beginning the third act. She's at the lowest of lows, getting ready to regroup before she makes the final push to the resolution.
She was gonna take down the whole plane.
What do you mean the whole plane?
The source.
Who's they?
It's okay.
Okay.
Just take a
So
beat, okay? You're okay.
there's no air marshal? Because they said that they were slowing down with the air marshals on flights, right? She's just going to drink that? I think you know what's inside of it. Yeah, see, that was a questionable decision. I don't know why she just took that. See, there's things that are happening here that are just they didn't set it up properly, right? Like, why would she just drink that? In context of the rules of what we've been set up here, if she's not trusting anybody or anything, here, you might as well just pour the sleeping pills into the drink right in front of her and say, "Here, drink this." So it does look like the flight attendants are in on this. Where that's 1 hour and 10 minutes, 1 hour, 10 minutes, 30 seconds, 34 seconds. This is the regroup. Nobody else seems to be on the plane.
Hello?
It almost seems like she was being tested, right? Maybe this whole thing was a test to see if she could be someone who could be recruited to do espionage.
What have you done to me?
So there's Marco. Well, it appears to be a plane. The flight attendant tie you to the chair if you misbehave in real life. Yeah. Yeah, they won't just offer you a drink.
I went through the same as you when I started out.
Okay, but why? Did we see any of these impressive things before in the first act that set that up, other than she was top of her class and she seemed to take care of herself by running? Like, what was the inciting incident?
Just listen to me, okay?
Get me off!
It just feels like whatever they were trying to do, and this is supposed to be like a payoff here, It doesn't feel like we're getting paid off because we didn't know enough. Acting, though, has been good.
I just really need you to relax, okay?
And here's about a remark about the directing. Are they still in flight or are they on the tarmac? We don't know. So I would have to assume that the director didn't want us to know. Because it feels like they landed and he just got on the plane, right? Okay, but again, they just showed us the cockpit. Are they on the tarmac or are they in the air? Come with you where? Out the door? Spit it
I
out.
can explain everything. It's all part of the plan.
Okay, so they weren't on the tarmac. Then it looks like this is a simulation. Okay, so then why isn't he coming out? There was only a few things in his way. So everybody on the plane was in on it. What's that movie, Escape Room, where it was kind of like, we're here to, like, if you survive, then a good thing, right? Here, it's a variation on that. Like the plane was a whole escape room kind of thing, right? Looks like they are on some kind of hangar pad of some kind. I just don't know what. Okay, so I think we got another commercial break there. So, yeah, I think I was right about it. No way writers are going to make a Spanish guy the bad guy, Piper says. I think it is some kind of a recruitment to see if she's maybe a candidate to be an agent or a spy of some kind, maybe.
Claire. This ends now.
Okay. Well, but you don't seem very upset that it's over. And you don't seem happy that it's over, like she's passed a test or anything. She looks a little bit disappointed. What's going on? Okay, they keep telling me that you're going to tell me. Just tell me. This happened in Star Wars and/or season 2. They kept on saying, we're going to have a really important conversation next time. And then it comes the next time, and they said, oh, don't worry, I'll tell you when we get back to Coruscant. Now it's happening in this, where it's like, okay, we're going to tell you, or just tell me what's happening. Don't worry, I have something very important to tell you. All right, what is it? It's going to be really important and valuable to you. Just, okay, spit it out. No, just relax first. Because it's really important. It's that. And I can totally see if somebody didn't like that kind of writing, this kind of approach to it, they would be frustrated right now. They would be pulling out their hair. We're at 120, guys. 120. So literally like 8 minutes left. Like, it didn't seem like she was part of a nefarious plan, like she was part of a plot to overthrow a government or anything. She was just going to Paris for a job, right? And she's reading stuff that seems to be giving her an alarm, but
I'm Agent Stanford.
We don't exist. This?
so they were just seeing if she was able to solve all these puzzles to see if she could be recruited into this agency.
But why? You have no idea.
Okay, you've said that before.
You're a leader, and a tough one at that.
So was her father involved with this too? Okay, so the father's name wasn't what she thought it was?
And what if I say no?
Okay.
She was pretty.
So it is a recruitment. Well, okay. let me look at it like this. I didn't suspect that until like the very last 10 minutes of the film. Would I have wanted it that way? Yes? No, she doesn't. Because of the way you treated me? It is a weird recruitment process, right? Like, are they very shadow ops that they can't declare that?
Was my dad really one of you?
Well, haven't you become a real little jet setter?
I think maybe this would have worked better if we knew a little bit more information about the father and daughter relationship beforehand, right? Like if we got a little bit of a hint that the father maybe had a bit of a secret life and she had a resentment towards that, and if that was set up a little bit better in the first act, this would come around now, that she would realize, oh, that's why he was gone. That's why, that's how he ended up expiring. I'm not mad at it now. I've got answers to questions I didn't have before, but that wasn't set up in the first act for this to pay off the way that it was, right? And that's just a storytelling preference, maybe. This will work for some people. I just don't think the lack of clarity will work for most. We'll take a look at the tomato meter after and see what people have said about this film. I like Tiffany Smith though in this. She carried this, right? And she did well with the lines. Like I don't think the lines. There was no bad line deliveries.
Welcome aboard.
So she's going to help recruit people now. Or her first mission. To take somebody out, maybe?
You look so good in that.
You picked it up.
I know I did.
So, this I would watch. I would watch her being a special agent, being a spy. I'd watch that. Pfeiffer says this movie probably the worst film I've ever seen. Wow, that's what I was talking about. It was the execution of it. Like I like the premise of it being like a big recruitment thing. I do. But there was no hint or clue of that being a possibility in the first act. So that's what I'm saying. By the time it comes around and pays off here with this, it doesn't feel like this is something that's going to help satisfy her in the way that was set up, that should have been set up in the beginning. Like it is an intriguing idea. I dig that. And who knows, maybe it's in the editing. Directed by Bo Youngblood. Yeah. So, would it be something that I'd be rushing out and wanting to watch again? Not so much. I don't expect there's a post-credit scene. Let's go over to the tomato meter and see what people are saying about this. No score yet. November 8th, 2024. Claire Reynolds hasn't had the best year after graduating with a political science degree. The track all-star thought she'd landed a perfect career. Okay. So we do have some audience. 0.5. Pointless, dull movie. Sorry I watched it. So this person shares the sentiment of Bifer there in the live chat. What did I just watch? Totally confusing movie throughout the entire movie. Plot was never pointed out. And I articulated that as well, Christina, in my thing here, in my reaction. I don't fault the actors in this. I do fault the story writers and the director. I don't think I fault the editing. The editing seemed pretty tight. Could things have been positioned a little bit better? But they didn't do a good job of setting up the premise, setting up the scenario, right? Like some of this was just glossed over. Oh, she's got a great political science degree. She's going to Paris for a job or something, right? There was no clues or of this being a possibility. Like it didn't, like the payoff at the end didn't feel like it was going to be a payoff for what was being set up. It was just a mystery kind of thing. And we didn't really get a good look at any of the clues to give us the stakes. But I like Tiffany's in that. So it was a good performance. Let's go over to the IMDb here and see the rest of the cast. And see what this Bo Youngblood has also directed. The writing, yeah. It lacked in the writing. It wasn't like a Red Eye. It wasn't like Nonstop or anything like that. Ashley Jones, Cristo Fernandez. Let's take a look at what this Cristo Fernandez has also been in. Mexican actor, okay. Yeah, so he's not quite blood. You could hear it in the voice. There's nothing wrong with our water. He didn't talk like... Okay, so he's been in a lot of stuff. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, In Flight. See if there's something else in his resume here that Ted Lasso. Transformers, Rise of the Beast. He was voice of Wheeljack. Really? Nothing that jumps off the page, but I'm just glossing over it. Bo Youngblood, the director, was born... Okay, she's a producer. Yeah, we saw that she was a producer. NCIS. Yeah, okay. The technical aspects of the film, I think, were pretty solid. Like the framing, the lighting. The score was a little lackluster. Like yesterday in the, I articulated in Tenants that the score was maybe a little bit detrimental. This, it didn't really add anything. It was noticeable at times, but it didn't highlight the material. We don't need to look at her mugshot here. But producing credits. So she's got other work. Restaurant, F Valentine's Day. Well, you got to build up your resume. Is there a particular scene in here from In Flight that I would say that I would want on my highlight reel if I was acting in this picture? Whoops. Yeah, that's just somebody's cosplay. No, I don't know. Yeah. So, I just want to see a good one here. Somebody who gave it a decent score. Because these all look pretty low. They're there. Mike P. I watched In Flight, and it was a thrilling ride from takeoff to landing. Tiffany Smith, the lead in the film, delivered a stand-up performance. She did good. Yeah, it was great to see Cristo Fernandez because I loved his work in Ted Lasso. Yeah, we saw that. This character was brand new for him, and I really enjoyed it. I had a long week of work, so I treated myself. Yeah, a non-stop adventure that keeps you on the edge of your seat. But it was frustrating for me because it is hard to say sometimes, but yes, you do have to spell it out for people sometimes, right? Okay, she's being recruited here, but can she figure that out? That's one of the things that was interesting about the Columbo show, right? They always showed you the murderer first, and then it was like, how is he going to figure it out, kind of thing, right? So maybe that would have worked better for this, where it's kind of like, okay, they're recruiters. How is she going to figure out that she's being recruited? And then that would have paid off a little bit better, right? Because we would have been rooting for her to find the clues, Claire. Find this out. Talk to that person. Do that. That would have added a little bit of a different angle to it, that maybe it would have worked better and made us not feel like us kind of frustrated as to, well, what's going on with this movie, man? All right. I've heard of it says the Parallax View, 1974, same movie, better execution. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys, I didn't hate the experience, but as I said, I don't think I'm going to be rushing back to watch it. And I'm glad that I added it to my resume. We're movie fans here. We're cinephiles. We'll watch anything. As I said, Tubi has a wide array of options here that came up while I was looking at this stuff. Like there's In Flight. Now, it's nowhere on the lower budget scale of some of these things, like Pacific Fear. Like, if I watch Pacific Fear, I wouldn't be expecting that much acting-wise, right? Where things could be like a little, eesh. And In Flight wasn't like that. Blue Devils. Shall we watch Blue Devils together tomorrow? No, I think what we will do tomorrow is, I was going to watch that new Prime movie, that Another Simple Favor, right? Ooh, Nosferatu's on there now. Not A Simple Favor. Simple Favor 2, right? Or, yeah. Although I guess if you haven't watched, yeah, Another Simple Favor, right there. I guess, because I'm an Anna Kendrick fan, no doubt about that. And yeah, well, it is what it is. Come join us for that. Hey, if you like this kind of stuff, come join us here on the channel Mirror Domains, because we're all movies, right? We have movie reviews up for Thunderbolts, as well as a full movie reaction for Tenants with Clark Wolf. She's in that. Check that out. And of course, we just watched the In Flight movie. Full series reactions for Andor Season 2 episodes 4, 5, and 6 are up on the channel right now. Movie reviews for Until Dawn, The Accountant 2, and Sinners. Trailer reactions for Weapons and Predator Badlands. Full series reactions for Survivor Season 48. Hey, you know what? It would be cool to see Tiffany Smith on Survivor. That would be awesome. And Clark Wolf. Get like a bunch of the movie pundit people out there. That would be awesome. Best Tubi movie lowlifes. Lowlifes. Is that what you said, Biver? Let's see. That vaguely sounds familiar. Whoops. Low life or low lifes? Cabin Girl, Tubi original. See, it's weird that what jumps out at you here, right? Because I'm curious about Cabin Girl, and I don't know why. The Scariest Night of My Life doesn't really do anything for me. Hunger doesn't do anything for me. These two Bruce Willis pictures don't really do anything for me, although it has Forrest Whitaker in it. No, I'm not seeing a low lifes here. I see low life. Maybe Tubi's different for the country that you live in. Just like Netflix is, right? Life After the Flash. Flash would be fun to watch. Life Force. Oh, wow. That's a classic. Interview with a Hitman. You know, see, now that I wouldn't expect that much from. Like, see, Life After Fighting, that's like B-movie fare, right? But it is what it is. And it's just worth the experience overall. You figure these things out. So tomorrow, let me know. I think we will. I gotta go work out, and then I gotta be done by a certain amount of time. I think we can fit into the schedule. Another simple favor. How long is that movie? 2 hours and 2 minutes. That's a little bit longer. Oh, Life is available in America. Okay. Well, I didn't see it on there. Anyway, guys, it's time to strap out for some lunch. Let me know what you thought about this movie in the comments below. I'll leave a link to the Tenants review reaction as well. I think somebody from the movie actually reached out and left a comment in the comment section of that reaction. So that was kind of cool. But hey, it is what it is. Chris Schober in the live chat just says, hey, James. Yeah, we're wrapping things up here for In Flight. When this goes up, don't worry about that beginning part. I'll cut that out tomorrow when YouTube finally processes this all. It is a live stream. And I'll put the time codes and stuff in afterwards. But other than that, enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. See you next time, right here on Mirror Domains.